starting our science. So the sun supplies the energy to the plant. The energy is stored in the plant until when? What is going to prevent, or what is going to cause this to become energy instead of stored? Ella. Remember, the energy is stored within the plant. Winchine. Owen.
Light energy?
What is the next? So the energy comes from the sun. The plant stores the energy because the plant doesn't move, correct? So then let's say animal comes and eats the plant. The animal then gets the stored energy and then it runs away. So what kind of energy does that become if it's moving? Olivia?
Mechanical energy?
Yes. The sun gives the plant energy. The plant goes nowhere. So the rabbit eats the plant. There's chemical energy that occurs when the animal eats it, and then when the rabbit runs away because a fox is coming, that is mechanical energy. Mechanical energy. Think of mechanical energy as anything that moves, whether it's me or you, your dog, your bike. Anytime there's movement involved, that is mechanical energy. So energy can be stored. What about gasoline? Is gasoline in itself, sitting in a gas tank, is that an energy or is it a stored energy? Christian?
Stored energy?
Yes. And then when it's burning, it becomes a what? If the car turns on, then what does it become? Jonathan?
Chemical energy?
Yes. Very good. Is there anything that anyone is having issues with or questions about? We're going to do a big review tomorrow. The test is Friday. Any questions? First and foremost, we need to wake up. It's the last part of the day, but you still need to function. Any questions concerning anything in this chapter concerning energy? No, let's do one more thing. I would suggest you continue to look at your book. What is a force? Winchine. What's that? Push or pull. What is friction? Jeremiah.
Something that slows or stops.
Beautiful. What is gravity? Boy. Owen. What is gravity? Yes. Can we see gravity? Can we see magnetism?
Yes.
What,
Yes.
as a force? You can
No.
see the action that is caused by it, the push or the pull, but can you actually see gravity?
No.
Can you actually see magnetism?
No.
What is another force that you can't see? What did you say? Yes. That you can't, well, kind of, but yeah. Jonathan.
Weight.
What?
Weight.
True, depending on what form of weight. I mean, if you have a weight that you can look at and pick up, but are you talking about like the weight that causes gravity to, yes, true. So, what is weight, Jonathan?
The measure of the force of gravity on an object.
Good. What is motion? Luke, what is motion?
When something moves.
Yes, a change of position. So if something is going straight and if something hits and makes it move, what is that? That is motion, but what is causing it to move? A what? Wensheen. Yes, a force. What is work? Besides chores at home, what is work? Olivia?
Something that you do to help someone.
No. We're talking about energy. Helen?
Like doing a sport that you're working on.
Nope. I would suggest you all turn to 134 in your textbook and look up work. Look for the bold word. Emma.
Work is done when a force moves something.
All right, so when a force, what I was talking about, a force comes and moves it, that's work. Not chores, not what we do for a living or what we do each and every day. It is an actual movement of a force. What about energy? I would suggest you look on page 138. Friends, you better start studying this stuff. The test is Friday, and I'm seeing a lot of people who have no idea what's going on. Tyson, what is energy?
Energy is a thing that you need to make, like a car. Your car, or some cars, run on gas.
True. That's a good example. So energy is what is needed to cause change and to do work. So gasoline in a car, for the car to move, that is energy. Us eating a healthy breakfast or lunch gives us energy. So we can function and work and move. So friends, review tomorrow, test on Friday. I think you all need to get your book out and look at it, because I see a lot of friends who have no idea what's going on. And I could review and review and review, but that's not going to help you on the test on Friday if you don't study. So I need for you to take your science books home and to look at them. Go through, especially look at the bold words in your textbook and know what they mean. They will be on the test, I promise you. So, and I am contemplating, since I am not getting a very strong response, I was going to hand you the review from tomorrow, but if you're not going to do your part, I'm not going to do that. Because that's doing you a huge favor by me giving you that. But you're showing me that you are not studying. And that, it's not my, I'm not taking the test on Friday, you are. So, take your science book home and look at that. And depending on how the review goes tomorrow will depend on if I give you the review or not. You have to do your part. I cannot do everything for you. The review is very helpful, and I am more than happy to give it to you, but you also have to study on your own. Okay, so science textbook. Go through, look at the bold words. And you need to actually look at them and learn them. What do they mean? So, what does force mean? What does friction mean? What does weight and gravity, magnetism mean? These are all words that are bold in your textbook. What does motion mean? What does work mean? The different forms of energy, what kind are there? Do they change? This isn't a big unit, it's not a big chapter. So for you need to go through the book tonight, look at it, and then I'm going to see how you do tomorrow in your review. I want to see hands up tomorrow. I want to see energy. Not right now, I'm seeing you guys look like you're ready to take a nap.
I am.
Which is not acceptable. This is school. You can take a nap when you get home. I would suggest you get a good night's sleep. I see a lot of overly tired because we didn't get good sleep. And then by the end of the day, you're drooping. It's a long day, I get it, but you just had gym, you ran around, you got some energy, adrenaline going. I expect you to sit in your seats, feet on the floor, and focus. Track. Luke. Feet on the floor. All right, get your planners out and write this down. Should do a science experiment, but what I should do really is review more, but we'll do that tomorrow. I want you to show me what you have. Tomorrow, I want hands up, ready to go for this review. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, and I also want you, when I'm doing the science experiment, I do not want you falling asleep. You need to track, you need to sit up, and you need to be focused. All right, who wants to be a volunteer? Grant was not here for our first experiment like this. Who remembers the experiment when we put our arm against the wall?
Oh,
Super fun. This is something kind of similar, but using a different part of the body. So I'm going to show you Grant. So what I want everybody to do is stand up. That's going to help everybody. Stand up, wake up, take a deep breath. All right, so can you put your knee up like this? Put your other knee up. Not a problem, correct? Yeah. We're going to try something different, Grant. What I want you to do, just stay right there, is you're going to lean against this wall with your shoulder and your foot, and you're going to have your feet about 8 inches. And what I want you to do is try to lift the leg that is not against the wall. Can you move it? Frozen. Who else? Can you move? You couldn't move it at all, could you? Try it again. Yeah, you took your leg off. Who else wants to try it? Jack. Can't move? Is it me? Who else wants to try it? Boy. No, you gotta put the foot there and there we go. Now try to move your leg that's not against the wall. But you're you have to keep your body weight against the wall. You can't like go like that and switch your weight. Grayson. Jeremiah. So here's what we can do. Find a spot 6 feet apart from anybody else if you have not done it, and try it. That you go there. So what you need to do is make sure your weight is against the wall, and your feet have got to be against the wall. And then you try to lift the one that is not against the wall.
If you grab something, it makes it easier.
Yeah, you can't grab anything though.
You can't grab it.
Nope. You have to lean. Yeah, you might want to. You're going to hit the lights, my friend. All right, if you're done, you go sit down. So what is happening, friends? Why is this working the way it is? With your foot and your shoulder against the wall, why can't you move your other knee? Say, have a seat, please. Have a seat. Isn't that weird? It's like your knee is frozen. That's what it's called. Freeze your knees. What is happening? It has a lot to do with force and where our energy is being put into our body. When we lean against something, what is causing, where is the energy going? Where is the Yes. So, where is our balance? What is balance? Can see, like, this is easy. I can do this really easy. I can lift both legs, but I have all parts of my body my energy is in tune with my body. Whereas when it's against the wall, what is happening to my balance? Jack.
It's going away.
Well, your energy and your balance is focused on the wall and this side of the body. So everything is shifted over here. So because of that, we can't lift up our other knee. So our weight is and our balance is. Now if I go like this, but when I go like this, I can't because my weight can't do it. Another interesting trick to take home to your friends and family. So that is very similar to the arm floating. Then that one's called freeze your knees. All right. So remember with the arm when we lifted the arms?
Like this?
That was a long time ago. All right. So friends,
Apple.
I have
Apple. I want to eat it. Orange.
and an orange. All right, friends. Owen. Is this going to float?
No. No. I'm scared. Oh. Oh, I thought you meant in midair. Yeah, that's what. That was what I thought.
Yeah, it's just gonna float. What about the apple?
Yes. No. It's too big to go. Oh. Yes. Yes. I've seen apples. They float. How are you supposed to get those out now?
So the difference is though, what if I peel it? I can't.
It'll float. No, it's not. It'll float.
Oh, it smells good. I love the smell of oranges.
Sink. Sink. You're not gonna get that out. Oh, you did. Sink.
Ooh. Kind of floats.
That's
Kind of
humongous.
going up though.
It's like a buoy. It's gonna float. It's a buoy.
And down it goes.
It's like a dancing raisin.
It is like a dance. And kind of moving. I think it's done.
Yeah.
So why does this float? And why, if I can get this out. Now if I took, so why does it sink when I take the peel off? Grant.
Because it absorbs water.
No. So let's try this. Let's peel the apple. Do you think that's going to make a difference of it sinking or floating? So when I took the peel off the orange, it sunk. Oh, shoot. I need to do this. So the orange sunk when I peeled it. Now we're going to, the apple floated. Who thinks the apple will float or sink when I take the peel off? Is it going to float or sink? Who thinks it's going to float? Who thinks it's going to sink? All right, let's find out. I took all the peel off, and I took all the peel off the orange.
I can smell the orange.
I know, doesn't it smell good?
It smells orange.
It still floats.
Yes.
So the apple still floats. I took, please. So why does this make the orange float? Where when I took the peel off the apple, it didn't make any difference. Christian.
Because the skin of the orange doesn't have holes in it, and once you peel it, and the water goes through the holes, and it sinks.
Good thought, but not quite right. Very good thought. Very good thought, though. Really good. I like how you're thinking. That is really good. It's a good scientific hypothesis. Ella.
There's a little bit of air.
Where?
Like between the peel and the middle of it, and so it would so when you take it off, there's no air in the middle, so there's no air in the middle, so it would float.
Beautiful. Think of this like a life jacket. It is the orange's life jacket. It keeps it buoyant because there is air between, if I touch the orange, it's squishy. Because there's air between the peel and the orange. Now, when I squeezed the apple with the peel on, it was hard. There was no air between the apple and the peel. So when I peeled it, it made no difference. Because there's no air in between the two. I would love to be able to pass this around to you, but you've all felt a clementine or a cutie. This is a cutie. They're squishy. You peel them, and there is air in there. So that, friends, is why you take the peel off, and it sinks to the bottom. So that is our scientific experiment. Now, the apple, ironically, is a lot heavier than the orange, but it still floats. Who has ever been bobbed for apples? They bob. They'll float and float.
Yeah, I once done that.
All right.
Yeah, I lost a tooth.
Now I think I'm going to eat the orange for a snack later.
Can I have it too?
No. So there we go. We have a lot of time. That was it. So this is so I'm going to let you take your books, obviously, to study, and then Friday I will collect them. Does everybody have, look in your crates, does everyone have the social studies book and textbook and manual?
Yes.
I would like everyone to look, please. Looks like this. It's like the science. You have both the textbook and the manual. This is what I'm going to collect. This is what you keep because you have written in it and you've torn sheets out of, or the math one. Not this one. We are going to start this up on Monday. Okay, so math or science is going to be gone. Social studies is going to start. Question. Who has heard of the Wax Museum?
The wax museum? I love the wax museum. No? It's a museum.
The Wax Museum is not going to happen school-wide. However, we are going to do it as a class.
Yes! Wax museum. It's where you go like in
So what Wax Museum is kind of what we're doing right now. So that's why Martin Luther King's paper is going to be very helpful. You're going to pick a person and you're going to research them and you're going to dress up like them. You're going to make a poster writing all the important information about it. Why are we talking? Matt, you need to put your mask up, Sam. Your mask is not on at all. You're going to pick a famous person in our world at any given time. You just have to be able to do research on the person. Yes, Jeremiah.
My brother did this 2 years ago.
Yes. It is fun. Both my girls did it. It's fun. So that is something, that's why we need to start social studies, so you all can start getting versed on history, because the Wax Museum is about history. Picking a person in history that was famous for doing whatever it is that they were famous for. Yes, Em?
In second grade, remember? The poster report.
Oh, maybe. If you've already done research on this person, I think I'll think about it. Want you to pick someone that you have not already researched.
Does this mean I have to take my glasses off? I can't find anyone without glasses?
No. No. And why are we talking? You two are having a really difficult time today. That is straw number 2. Where are your straws? Do you think that we sit and talk and chat, have a conversation during class time? No, absolutely not. So, I need to find out, I need to find out because I have not taught this before, if you all need someone different.
I think so.
My guess is you cannot have duplicate people for the Wax Museum. You have to have someone different than everybody else. So you have to pick someone that somebody else has not picked. So I would not discuss with anybody who you're going to pick, because they may be like, oh, that's a good idea, and they may try to steal it. Yes, boy. You need to look at home because you did have it. So, and I don't have any more copies. So you better look closely in your bin, you look closely in your locker, and at home.
So I have a bunch of books of fantasy in my house, but and you know why? Like, I don't know much about them, but I still want to do, but I know that they're
Yes. Well, if you have a lot of books, then that will help you next, because then you'll have a lot of people to choose. This is why I wish we had the library. Maybe at some point we can go to the library.
I wonder if Chris would provide books, even if you can't
I
provide.
think that, is they don't know who they want to do. They need to see.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But maybe she would let us go in there in small groups at a time to look at the people. I'll have to find that out because it'd be really helpful to have access to the library. But yes, Jeremiah.
What if someone dresses up as the same person even though you didn't tell them what you were going to
Well, we're going to write it down. So, yeah. So I would start thinking about who you want to do. Although you don't have to make any decisions right now. We have plenty of time. Yes, Em. It will be March or April. So you've got plenty of time. Although we're as fast as time is going, generally it's around March
This year or next year?
this year. Jonathan.
You have to dress up.
Yes. That's why it's called a wax museum, because you are the person. And what it used to be that we would have it in one of the Micah centers, and you would set up your display, and you would be dressed up, and the whole school would come and ask you questions.
And then there's this little red button.
And then you have to answer the questions. So yes, you have to dress up like the person you have researched. It can be a sports person, it could be a politician, it could be a famous, anyone at any time in our world. It could be a long, long time ago, it could be current. So start thinking about what you might want to do. And I would even start researching it, because sometimes somebody sounds like a really good idea, and then you go and research it and you can't find the information on them, or not enough. So pick someone that you can find information on. That's going to help you very, very much. Jonathan.
How much facts do we need?
How many what?
Facts.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that right now. But you need to make a big poster with information on it, with pictures, information. It's a big project. Any other questions?